insanely support them. And then you have the sports figures, these million-dollar sports figures, wearing the names of these thugs.
Hey!
A thug that was found entertaining,
Shitty.
if he got shot and killed, they'd be wearing his name on a helmet or a jersey.
He'd be a saint. He'd be a role model for the rest of us. It's disgusting. Bernie Kerik, thanks so much for your perspective. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Interesting story out of Europe that may have implications for us in the U.S. Coronavirus cases surging in many countries over there, but one country seems to be doing fine. Why is that, and what can we learn for it? Whatever we're doing isn't working, obviously. What should we be doing? That's next.
Free InTouch doorbell camera or outdoor HD camera with the purchase of a smart home security system. Visit mycpi.com.
Unlike pretty much every other place in Europe and in Scandinavia, the nation of Sweden didn't shut down its schools. It didn't close its businesses to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Instead, the government told people to stay socially distant in some reasonable way and to wear masks. Result? Sweden's death rate has dropped to near zero, even as cases surge elsewhere in Europe. And that raises a very obvious question. Did the lockdowns hurt more than they helped? Alex Berenson specializes in thinking through tough questions like that. He's the author of Unreported Truths about COVID-19 and Lockdowns Part 2. He joins us tonight. Alex, thanks a lot for coming on. So, very simple question. Do you think, based on the fact pattern just outlined briefly, that lockdowns hurt the rest of Europe?
Yes. I mean, Sweden's averaging about one death a day for the last couple of weeks. There are 10 million people. Cases have not spiked. Meanwhile, in the countries that locked down hard and early, like Spain, and notably Spain and France especially, those countries now are averaging several thousand to, in some cases, more than 10,000 new positive tests a day, and deaths are starting to rise too. Spain actually had 12,000 positive tests, I believe it was last Friday, which is a per capita rate higher than the U.S. ever had during our worst day. And by the way, Spain, France, and Italy, but especially Spain, had terrible economic contractions in the first half of the year. Sweden's was much less severe. So Sweden got through this, it seems. Now, of course, we're going to have to look what happens in the fall. But right now, things look very good in Sweden and at much less economic cost. And if you look over the last 6 months total, their sort of overall per capita death rate in Sweden is very similar. It's very